obviously disappointing, painful. This big picture couldn't match the physicality. Talked about leading into this game, they're going to make us earn it. We couldn't earn it. I will give those guys some credit. I mean, that's a good football team. Coach Witt's got that thing going on both sides of the ball, really on all phases, but we couldn't match it tonight. And so even just talking to the team, look, I mean, the league, if you don't bring your A game, you're going to get beat. Right now where we're at, we don't bring our A game, we're going to get blown out, especially against a good football team like that, and that's what took place. The reality is, we got 6 games left, and we're going to keep on working, keep on fighting. I believe in this group that we can continue to improve, and it's not easy to do against good football teams like tonight, but we're going to keep on at this battle now. We're excited about the work ahead, and each week is different, and we got a brand new week coming forward. Questions?
Jonathan, you said you didn't bring your A game tonight. Did you sense at all during practice this week that was perhaps a possibility? No,
I didn't. I thought those guys worked. I knew we were going to have to be sharp in all phases against this team. And look, we were trying to catch some momentum early with, I thought offensively, the holding penalties caught us. We wanted to challenge them defensively, and they got some one-on-ones, and they made the plays. And obviously, we just couldn't create anything to get some momentum going.
Jamar Jefferson out again today. Is he?
Yeah, he has yet to get to 100% the last few weeks, and felt like giving him more time to get closer to that.
Is there a chance he redshirts?
No.
And then also your kicking game, you brought in Everett Hayes for that second field goal attempt. After Shukera is 2 of 6 this year on field goals, is that a change you're making, or did you just want to try to?
Well, we're definitely trying to make a kick, and so we wanted to give Everett a chance to do it, and we'll continue to compete at that spot moving forward.
Jonathan, just kind of talk about the message. What's moving forward for the team? Obviously, staying consistent, obviously at the top, but just after a win against UCLA last week, and then to follow up at homecoming with a big-time atmosphere and kind of fall flat, what's next?
Yeah, you got to continue to battle, and what's the other response? Again, we're working to build something here, and we've put a ton of work into it. I think we've made some progress, but it's not always just going to continue on a steady line. It's going to have some ups and downs, and feeling like we've taken 2 steps forward, and then tonight we took 2 steps backwards.
Given the success your team has had on offense to this point, how much did you kind of look at this one as a measuring stick to see where your offense was at against a team like that?
Yeah, we looked at it as going in because we knew this was one of the better defenses in the league, and we failed that test. We're going to go back to work, take a good look at this tape, and try to get some things fixed.
Coach, kind of along those same lines, what is it that Utah does? They haven't allowed anybody to get over 100 yards rushing this season. What is it that they're doing that makes them so difficult to start a run game against?
Well, it does start at the line of scrimmage. That defensive front creates some havoc. There's not a lot of air in those gaps, and then the linebackers fill pretty quickly. They do feel confident in their secondary to leave them out on islands, and people have struggled to expose that out there.
You didn't have Avery Roberts tonight. Is he far away from playing, or is he close?
No, he was in concussion protocol, so we're anticipating next week he'll be good.
Speaking of secondary, we've watched Oregon State secondary play pretty soft coverage, and then they're keeping guys are still getting by them, and you guys are getting burned. Is that by design that they're playing soft, or?
No, we're trying to mix that up. Again, when we wanted to play aggressive, stopping the run. We knew we were going to leave those guys out on some islands. Some of our techniques a little better and off versus always up and pressing them. But look, not just those guys, everybody, we're working to figure some things to continue to improve, and we want to improve in all areas.
Coach, is there a position group, even though this was, obviously a big loss, is there a position group that maybe stood out to you, kind of opened your eyes a little bit?
It's tough when you get beat that bad that you just start stringing a lot of positive plays. Look, I do think we battled. I do think our receivers wanted to go out there and play some one-on-one. I thought, we made some attempts at Hodge. He did some good things catching it underneath. But I got to watch the tape for further than that.
Obviously, last week you guys jump out to a 21-0 lead and you get behind this week. I mean, it's obviously it's different, but just the first two touchdowns, especially the 91-yarder, how much did that kind of set you guys back and make it difficult to get back into the game?
Yeah, it's, this game is about momentum, but this game's college football's a long game. Talked about it. We took the lead last week. We got behind. We had opportunities to get ourselves back in this first half. We didn't do it. And look, we talk about those guys are on scholarship just like we are. They're going to make some plays. We need to be able to respond and make some plays. Didn't do it tonight.
So off of that, knowing that at halftime still anything can happen to some extent, what was the message to them, and how did you want them to respond versus how they did respond?
Yeah, we talked about playing some quality football in the second half. We get it, the first half is over. We can't do anything to change that now. All we can change is the second half, and that was the message.
You guys have had some momentum through this season. How much do you worry about the psyche of your players after losing one like this?
Yeah, obviously we're focused on the psyche all the time of our players, but I do think they'll go back to work here tomorrow. That's all I know because that's what they've been doing. Look, it's disappointing, and they're down, which they, just like all of us are, but I do expect us to battle back. We're at the halfway point of the season. We got a bunch of football still left, and I think these guys will be excited to go after it. Okay.